With how insanely good the No Time to Explain is right now, I need you all to leave the Matrix. Put all that silliness behind you and let me show you a weapon that dominates in both PvE and PvP by having good consistent damage while also spawning these cute little guys. I mean, look at them, how freaking cute. Absolutely adorable. It's time for you guys to take the red pill and see how deep this rabbit hole goes. The perks from the Outbreak Perfected are exactly the perks you want to see on any top tier pulse rifle. Its base perks are Extended Barrel, Accurized Rounds, and Outlaw. Quick side note, I love Outlaw. It's just an amazing perk. And for the perks that make this meat beater beat some meat, let's start with the intrinsic perk, the Corruption Spreads, which makes it so this weapon creates Siva nanite swarms on rapid hits and precision kills. And then the exotic trait, Parasitism, which makes the weapon do more damage to enemies based on the number of Siva nanites attached to them. How sick is that? I mean, okay, you remember those kawaii little red mosquito swarm I showed you earlier? These perks are what allows the swarms to spawn and allow you to deal stacking damage to enemies. Imagine each of these little red Sivas is like a perk 30. Yeah, 1 or 2 is fine, but once that enemy pops that third one, they are done for. Sorry, after saying perk so many times, my mind was on perk. Let's take a gander at how it performs in PvE. If you've seen one of my exotic reviews in the past, every time I review an exotic primary, I always point out the low boss damage or major damage of a weapon. But with the Outbreak, I don't have to. The Sivas that will be created on enough rapid hits will allow you to build crazy stacks of damage without needing any red bar enemies nearby. As you can see here, my damage just gets higher and higher every few seconds without needing any abilities. But for when you need to take care of red bar enemies, the Outbreak will be perfected for your needs. Killing an enemy with a precision shot will spawn a load of Siva to go out and seek nearby enemies, which do a good amount of damage. They don't go but so far, so don't expect them to go across the map. Where the Outbreak stands out is in a good old-fashioned Destiny boss fight, where you're fighting off waves of spawning enemies while also fighting a boss, allowing your Sivas to be scattered all over, either stacking them to the boss or helping you with your ad clear. All around, the Outbreak Perfected is, well, I hate to say it again, but perfected for PvE. Okay, time for my dream. A world where the Outbreak Perfected is more used than the No Time to Explain. Will that ever happen? Absolutely not. Not unless the No Time to Explain gets nerfed Galahorn style. But until then, let's just chat about how the Outbreak performs in PvP. The Outbreak does an amazing job holding its own in PvP. The quick burst of this 450 round per minute pulse rifle with a very low recoil help keep your shots right on target. Being able to close off zones and areas by spawning Sivas is so cool. Well, like, kind of close them down because they can still get near them, but they do a surprising amount of damage, so they kind of don't want to get near them. You can absolutely get rolled in a close range fight, of course, so keep a shotgun or SMG as your secondary. Is this the best pulse rifle for PvP? Obviously not. For someone like me who is lazy with switching between PvP and PvE weapons so much, I love having this thing in my inventory. My overall view of the Outbreak Perfected is that you will get so much done having one of these in your inventory at all times. With champion pulse mods, good boss damage, perfect ad clear, and it being a quality PvP weapon, I would absolutely recommend getting your hand on one of these ASAP. My final review is a 5 out of 5 for PvE and a 4.5 out of 5 for PvP, just because there is a statistically better exotic pulse rifle right now. Peace!